threw in Thunder Valley Raceway. I was wondering who caught it. A couple of my colleagues with Flo caught it. But, yeah, we were talking about Jared and Thunder Valley Raceway, and certainly a lot of great memories. But we're making memories here at Jennerstown Speedway. And let's start with some memories here in the 17-car Crown Vic Northeast Series event here at Jennerstown. Let's look at the lineup. In row number 1, Quentin Beeman. That number 98 car from nearby Friedens, and alongside him in the 119 is Brady Chabol from Stoystown. Let's go to row number 2. That is the red number 8 car. Ben Eastman out of McKeesport. Mark Catone in the 48 car, the 48C out of Irwin, lines up on the outside of row 4. Or excuse me, row 2. Row number 3, 4th and 5th on the grid. Actually, we're going to go to row number 3, 5th and 6th on the grid. Jake Grayson out of North Huntington. No stranger to victory lane here at the Big J. J.C. Hilligas, the 25 out of Stoystown. Row number 4, 7th and 8th on the grid. Brian Reddy from Kingwood, West Virginia in the 73. Braxton Mitchell starts 8th on the grid out of Somerset in the 20 car. Row number 5, 9th and 10th on the grid. Charlie Pfeiffer out of Johnstown. He's in the 11 machine, and alongside him is Mike Bacalon out of Irwin in the 48. Row number 6, 11th and 12th on the grid. Rich Miller out of Connellsville in the 19. Doug Winning is the 215 car out of Somerset. Row number 7, 13th and 14th on the grid. The 54 of Jacob Wall out of Patton. And Steven Singo's in the 7 car from Hooversville. Row number 8, Michelle Ginnelsberger. She's out of Somerset in the 10 machine. Kelly Shawless, the 42 from Somerset. Colby Burkholder rounds out the field out of Mill Run in the 15. And we don't see Colby Burkholder out there, and I don't think we have the... Oh, Colby is out there. Okay, Kelly Shawless didn't make the call, I understand. All right, let's get it on. Crown Victoria Northeast Mayhem about to commence right in front of your very eyes and on Flow coast to coast. Green flag is out. We are off. Chabel in the 119 gets the early race jump in this 20-lap main event as the Crown Vics battle into turns 3 and 4. Chabel is going to lead lap number 1. Quentin Beeman in 98, Catone in the 48C. Chabel pushing Catone right up against that outside retaining wall as they head down the backstretch. Do we have a new leader here on lap number 2? Catone trying to use some momentum off the high side of the speedway. Chabel running the low side. Ben Eastman in that red number 8 car. In the midst of that battle, trying to dive underneath the 98 of Beeman. Man, there's action everywhere. Mike Bacalon underneath Jay Grayson. Mike Bacalon is on the move. Bacalon in the yellow 48. He is now into that 5th scoring spot. Mike Bacalon now getting by the red number 8 of Ben Eastman. Mike Bacalon to the high side of Brady Chabel. The 73 of Brian Reddy makes his way into the Jennerstown pits. Bacalon, what a run by that young man. Mike Bacalon Along, is he going to thread the needle? Oh, I thought Bacalon was going to thread the needle there. Thought better of it. As the 98 of Quentin Beeman takes the lead away from Catone. Mike Bacalon. He started 10th on the grid. What a charge to the front. As we are now 6 down and 14 to go. Look at Bacalon pushing Beeman the whole way down the front stretch. Trying to take the air and loosen him up. Trying to take the air off that rear deck lid and loosen Beeman up. To no avail, the 98 still your leader. This will be 7 down. 13 to go. Bacalon looking to go upstairs on Beeman. It's not there. What a move by Mike Bacalon. Did he use the momentum coming off of turn number 2 to challenge Beeman? And now Bacalon will be your new leader here on lap number 8. Jake Grayson's on the move. Grayson into 12. Right on the rear bumper of Catone. Jake Grayson going upstairs on Catone. Grayson wants third, and he just might get it. Here comes Mike Bacalon to take lap number 9. 11 to go. Look out, we got a spinner on the back stretch. Mike Bacalon hit the brakes, everybody. I think that's Michelle Ginnelsberger in the 10 car who got squirrely. That is indeed the 10 car. Somerset's Michelle Ginnelsberger. Not sure if she lost it on her own, had a little bit of help. There was battles all over the Speedway among this 17 car field. We're going to get another look at it here as they rack the tape, or re-rack the tape, I should say, down in the production truck. Here it is in our Arsenberger Trucking replay. We'll see something here. This is from our turn 3 camera. Tough to tell. But Michelle continues to sit helplessly as we send a push truck up there. So we'll get a wrecker out there to take care of Michelle Ginnelsberger. In the meantime, we'll be back here shortly to Jennerstown Speedway on Flow right after this. All right, welcome back to Jennerstown Speedway, live on Flow Racing, coast to coast. All of our great fans here in attendance. We are in the midst of our Crown Victoria Northeast Series event. 17 cars have checked into the pits. We're dealing with the number 10 car of Somerset's Michelle Ginnelsberger, and it's great to be joined by our fantastic general manager here, Jared Adams, on the microphone. Jared, great to have you. Boy, you had a busy, busy night. It's been a crazy night, but you know what? It's time to relax and enjoy some Crown Vic racing.
Yeah, we got a couple races left here, but thank you to everybody that came out. It was awesome to see some history come back onto the track right at the start of the show here, and we're trucking along at the end. Towards the end, we still have another feature left, the modified feature, so stay right where you're at. Don't leave just yet. They're going to put on a show after the Crown Vic feature's over.
Jared, has certainly been a busy week here at the Speedway preparing for this this weekend of action. Of course, we had our friends Keith and Art from Boston Brewing and Slinger's Signature Cocktails had a phenomenal promotional event yesterday with their driver Brian Shipp on site at the Go More store in Davidsville. Art and Keith from Boston Brewing and Slinger's Signature Cocktails are here as we speak tonight, and I understand they're having a ball.
Oh, no, I'm so glad that those guys are here. I'm glad they're a part of everything they're doing. I'm glad they sponsored Brian. It's really awesome, the things that they were doing today. There's a giant inflatable can down there right by the weigh station. They were giving away some really cool stuff. They gave me a really comfortable T-shirt. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad I hope they're enjoying their stay. I know they're in the outdoor booth over there. I'm putting on a good, everybody here is putting on a good show for them, so I hope they're having a good time.
Absolutely, well said. So I'm quite sure they're enjoying themselves as much as our fans do each and every week. So, Jared, as we look to turns 3 and 4, the yellow light is off atop the TriStar Motors pace truck. We're going to kick things back into action here with Mike Bacalon stomping on the loud pedal. The green flag is back out, and off we go, sir.
Oh, they're going in. He got a great start on there, but Grayson in third. He's been really strong this race. I'm curious to see how it comes back to him and see what he can do now that the field kind of bunched back up.
And Jake Grayson, that 12 car's been fast anytime he's unloaded it here on the blacktop at the Big J. And I don't think he's been outside of the top 5 in any of his visits here earlier this season when the Crown Vics have visited the Big J. But right now, Grayson, as you alluded to, sits there in third, right behind the 98 of Quentin Beeman. Quentin, kudos to him, Jared. He started on the pole, and he's been in that top 3 all race long as well. But he's got his work cut out if he wants to chase down Mike Bacalon.
Absolutely. Coming to 9 laps to go. They've settled down a little bit, but a little bit of side-by-side action going throughout the back.
Well, this large field of cars, we definitely indeed have a lot of action everywhere around the Speedway. And what's interesting, we always talk about that nasty A word that we don't like to say it, but I got to tell you, attrition has not played a part in this at all. We haven't had a plethora of cautions. It's been just good, clean racing the entire event, and we're just watching Mike Bacalon put on a show here.
Absolutely, and Grayson's giving him the bumper, trying to get the second place. And we got a nice little 3-car battle forming up right there.
Grayson just letting Beeman know, that 12 car letting that 98 know that he's there. And should that 98 have any miscue whatsoever, Jake Grayson is ready to take advantage. As the laps wind down, we are 13 in. We have 7 remaining. And it has been quite a Crown Vic Northeast main event here at the Big J tonight.
Battle shaping up at the back here. We got the 215, got a little bit loose there. We have 6 laps to go here, and he's stretching his lead out. Mike Bacalon doing really well here, putting some distance between him and second and third place.
Bacalon's been quick all year long in that car. He has quite a stellar resume of racing here in Western Pennsylvania, and he's one of these cats, when they jump behind the wheel of this Crown Vic Northeast Touring Series, this was right up his alley to get back to enjoy the hobby that he was so successful at for many, many years. Again, this is more or less an entry-level classification, and a classification that is inexpensive to get into as we watch Jake Grayson dive underneath Quentin Beeman into turn 3, Jared.
Yeah, it looks like he's finally going to make that pass. He's been beaten down the bumper of that car, but now he's going to go chase Bacalon and see if he can't get that second win.
Mike Bacalon putting real estate between he and that second place car of Grayson. While that was all going on, as Bacalon was enjoying all that clean mountain air, that battle for second allowed Bacalon to put more and more real estate. Finally, as Grayson was able to get by Beeman, but the laps are winding down. We are 16 in and just make that 17 in and just 3 laps remaining.
Yeah, and look, coming out of 4 now, we got a big hornet's nest coming out of there with Steve Singo right in the middle. A lot of beating and banging. I'm keeping my eye on those guys while I'm also watching Bacalon kind of stretch it out here, coming to 2 to go. But my goodness, coming out of 2 right now, they're all stacked up.
That was a good way to, that is indeed a hornet's nest. You've got 5 cars back there. Braxton Mitchell in that white number 20 leading that pack. But my goodness, behind him, they're slicing, dicing, battling, trading paint. Singo, as you said, is in there. Charlie Pfeiffer's in the middle of that. Rich Miller in the 19 is in the middle of that. So some exciting stuff here as the laps wind down.
Yeah, coming to 1 to go here. This is the Mission Critical Solutions last lap for Mike Bacalon.
He is in total control as he comes up to put a lap on the 54 machine.
Oh, it looks like no, maybe they're beating and banging in 3 and 4. Man, it's like bumper cars at a medium speed.
Kudos to these drivers because these long wheelbase cars on street tires, this is tough on this speedway. But I got to tell you, here you go. As we zoom in on Mike Bacalon coming out of turn number 4, there he is, victorious in tonight's Crown Vic Northeast Series event.
Yeah, and that's not, I mean, look at them coming out of 3, going into 3 here. We still got a lot of racing action on the final lap. Looks like Pfeiffer is going to beat the 4 of those cars, and Steve Singo is going to muscle